Hello everybody, I'm Holger Schieweck and I'm one of the sales managers with SENIUS in Denmark. And we are, as you all know, a famous manufacturer of impingement ovens, which we have here in our test bakery in Tjelle. We use our test bakery to convince ourselves and customers if we made the right settings in oven before we ship an oven or we sell an oven. And we are known already to most of our customers for impingement ovens, which also are called direct forced convection ovens. So today we are talking about direct fired ovens, because you all know that we make the convection ovens and the impingement ovens. And we will show you later on one oven in our workshop, so you can see that we are really able to manufacture not only the impingement oven, but also direct fired ovens and hybrids of direct fired and indirect forced convection ovens. Almost every of you watching this video knows something about baking, because you are in the industry. So I make this short introduction for the visitors of our channel who are not that familiar with baking in the industry. So normally we bake cookies on a steel belt in an impingement oven. All kind of cookies, you know, the famous Danish butter cookies, you know, the pretzel, rectangular and round one, because these products contain a lot of fat and sugar, and the fat melts, and then it has to be a straight and stable surface to bake on, like you do in your household oven with a tray. When it comes to so-called hard biscuits, they have less final moisture in the product, which means we have to evaporate much more. To evaporate much more, it is not good to have a closed surface on the bottom, because in that case the moisture, the steam, cannot go through the belt. That's why we use mesh belts of all kinds. In addition, these hard biscuits require some more energy in the start of the baking process. So they are baked at higher temperatures with more heat brought to the product to have the right baking result in the end. That goes also for pet treats, which have a high moisture content in the beginning and have to be dried out later on. When it comes to hard biscuits, very often the right choice to bake it is a combination of a direct gas-fired oven and an impingement oven like this, because a direct gas-fired oven gives more power, more heat to the product in the beginning of the process, and the evaporation in the end can be done by a standard convection or impingement oven. So that is what we call a hybrid oven, consisting of two types of ovens. Now, after this short introduction of making hard and soft biscuits, we move to our assembly hall, where we can show you parts of a direct gas-fired oven, which we have in production for a customer right now. Okay, here we are in our assembly hall, number 1. And I'm standing near the actually produced oven for 2 zones direct gas-fired and 2 zones convection. Our direct gas-fired oven have the usual at SENIUS 2-meter sections with normally 6 holes for burners. We have the gas trains, we have the control boxes, and of course the supply of air. We have the ignition of the flames, etc., which is all standard. So we are using standard burners, which we buy from proven suppliers to use it in our ovens. That also helps you, of course, with spare parts, because you can purchase these parts from the standard suppliers you already know. Here we are in the beginning of the oven part. We see a little bit of the entrance of the oven for the mesh belt, and we have assembled the oven on feet, and you can see some not on this side. You can see some wiring, and you can see the second part of the oven over there, which is not on the feed yet because the colleague is still installing parts of the gas train on the top of the oven. So here we are, as I said, assembling our electrical cabinets, which are standing on top of the ovens to save space for you. And they are available, of course, side standing in all kinds of executions. And as you can see, all the cables, all the cabling going out later is already made and connected to the end points. So we check if everything works. We check on the HMI if all the functions shown in the HMI are connected in reality with the motors, with dampers, what's on, before we ship it. We call it an FAT, a factory acceptance test, without baking and without product. As I told you in the beginning, this particular oven we make for our customer is a hybrid oven, which consists of the direct gas fired part, but also of 2 zones with convection in an impingement oven, which we have over here. So, as I told you, the cabling is made already because we are close to the factory acceptance test. So we just put on here these 2 heat exchanger sections, which consist of the burner and some electrical elements, and they are all connected to the main panel, to the HMI, to check out if everything has been wired and also visualized in the right way before we ship it out to our customers. As you can see, we are almost finished with a FAT, with a factory acceptance test, and will be shipping this oven very soon to our customer. And the oven overall, just to repeat, is 4 zones, 2 direct gas fired, 2 convection oven zones, combined to a hybrid oven with a drive and tension station and conveyor belt for a mesh to bake hard biscuits.